Good morning. Welcome to our class. Today we will just continue with our. So in our previous class we have discussed about the types of operating system, and we discussed about the different types such as single user operating system, multi-user operating system, what is batch processing operating system, real-time operating system, serial processing operating system, and distributed operating system, which are used in a network environment. Today we will be discussing about the user interface and its type. So user interface means how you get connected to the computer system. So we all know that computers works on the instruction given by the user. So there is a medium, or there should be a medium of communications between the user and the. So the user and the computer can communicate either through the commands or through the graphics. So that is the interface. What type of interface we can use? What are there available? What type of interface? So we will discuss about the interface. The user interface is a system with both software and hardware components that allows the user to interact with the computers. So how you are connected to the particular computer, that is the. Some of the main elements of user interfaces are, so characteristics and elements are look and feel. How is your, how it looks like, how it feels of your computers or a mobile. So what type of interface design, screen, layout, interact, buttons, keypad and touchscreen. So these are the basic elements of the interface. Now types of interface. The user can communicate with the operating system using the user interface. So the interface is the user interface we can communicate with the computers. It provides the means of input that allows the user to control the system. Inputs that allows the user to control the system, and output that allows the system effect of the user input. Whatever input you give to the computer, that is processed and the output will be there. So based on the input, the output will be there. A user can easily communicate with the computer by giving the command or receiving the images using different elements of the user interface. So there are two ways, either through the commands or through the messages for communication. The different types of interfaces are character user interface. So it is also called CUI, means character user interface, and graphical user interface. Generally, there are two general types of interface, that is character user interface and graphical user interface. Character uses the commands to interact with the computers, and graphical user interface uses the graphics, icons and taskbar, menu bars and windows. So Windows based operating system is the GUI and operating system is the CUI. Now character user interface. A character user interface allows the user to enter the command to perform a specific task. So you know the set of commands in order to solve the particular task. The user can interact with the computer's operating system and software using the CUI. Since this method requires to enter the instructions to the computer, it is also known as command method. So character user interface generally uses the command to interact with the operating system, so it is also called the command method. The command can be typed using the keyboard. So the commands can be typed using the keyboard on the command interface. As there are many commands to be remembered in order to use the CUI, it is not recommended for the beginners. So it is difficult for the beginners because a person needs to know a lot of command in order to operate the computers. MS-DOS Unix provides the user with the command line prompt to enter the command in the form of sequential lines of text. So when in the movies and all, you see, they type something, and also that type of interface, the black screen interface where the command is to type from the keyboard, That is the character user interface. And the scripting of the computer program is mainly using the CUI. So the scriptings are generally done with the CUI. Scripting means the sequence of command, writing the command, software writing. The CUI can be made concise by assigning unique name to the different command. The following examples are the command line interface are as follows. So here are different commands which have its functions, different types of functions are followed in the command prompt. dir, when we type dir in the DOS prompt, it will display all the folders. When we use copy command, the copy file, it copies the files or folders. When we use md command, it makes the new folders. cls command is used to clear the screen, and quit command is used to quit from the windows. So the CUI is a text interface, thus it is easier to use the command mentioned in table 3. Now the next type of interface is the graphical user interface. The graphical user interface, as it suggests, that computer uses the image rather than the text. So here it is very colorful and very, and it is very easy for the user to use this graphical user interface. For the beginners, it is very easy. Several peripheral devices such as mouse, keyboard, keypad, stylus, pen, joysticks, and remote controls are used to input the data in the computers. So we just have to click and click with the help of the different devices, peripheral devices. This interface is menu driven and graphic based. So it is menu graphic based and user friendly. User friendly means it is very easy for the operators of the user and extremely interactive in nature. So we can see what we are doing. Here we don't need to remember the state of command in order to operate. A user can interact with the computer system by using the icons, options, dialog box, and text boxes to run the desired application. So as compared to the GUI is expensive and consumes more memory on the computer. So CUI operating interface is cheaper than the GUI interface, and memory consumption is higher in the GUI and less in the CUI. So other unique GUIs have been developed for different operating systems such as operating system 2, Windows, and Symbian operating systems are the different types of operating systems, GUI operating system. Now the advantages and disadvantages of the graphical user interface. The typical GUI offers the following advantages over the CUI. It provides the user with fast visual feedback of the effect of each action. So GUI is faster, you will get a visual effect, feedback, and action is quick. And it allows the multiple program or display simultaneously. So we can listen to the music, we can use the other applications simultaneously, multi-user, and instances can be displayed. It allows you to use the computer without learning anything. The most useful thing is that you should not have to learn the programming language in order to operate the CUI. It provides an easy to use interface to the user. It supports the peripheral devices such as keyboard, mouse to access files and folders of the systems. So we can access the files, folders, everything of the system using the CUI. The advantage of CUI over GUI. So both have little advantages and disadvantages. So let us see the advantage of CUI over the GUI. So the advantage, it needs to be designed by the software developers. It is costly as compared to the CUI. It is costly. GUI is costly than CUI. It takes more time to complete the task as compared to CUI. So because it doesn't occupy much memory, so it is faster than the GUI. It requires the more memory RAM as compared to the other interfaces. So memory consumption is less in the CUI than in the GUI. GUI system works slow to CUI as it uses a lot of memory resources. So additional software and time is required for testing and implementation of the GUI. So these are some of the advantages of graphical user interface. So let us discuss about the differences also. Differences between GUI and CUI regarding the uses. When we use, the difference is that in a CUI, a user issues command in the form of successive line of text or command line to perform the task. So we have to give the series of command one after another to execute in the sequence. Whereas a user can use the graphical icons and visual indicator to interact with the electronic device. So visually we use the visual indicator. Easiness. It is not easy for the beginner. So CUI, character user interface, is not easy for the beginner since they have to learn a lot of command. They need to memorize a lot of command in order to operate. Whereas it is very easy for the beginners because it is a graphical, beautiful graphical interface. Memory, it requires the less memory as compared to the GUI. So memory consumption is less, memory consumption is high in the graphical user, speed is faster in GUI and slower in as compared to the CUI, slower as compared to in the graphical user interface, and it is not possible to change the appearance in the character user interface, whereas it is possible to change the appearance in the graphical user interface. So it is not flexible, character user interface is not flexible, whereas it is more flexible as the CUI. So these are the basic difference between the character user interface and the graphical user interface. So we have covered this chapter. So user interface and its type. Now in our next class we will be discussing about the exercises which are there. I want you to solve the exercise on your own by going through the chapter, and in the next class I will be giving you the exercises. So this is much for today.